My name is Claire Staunton. Not a lot of people know that. The very successful product of a single parent household. I'm in my third year at uni, studying business finance. I'll probably walk away with a 2-1. My girlfriend is divine. She's strong and brings out the best sides of me. And tonight, I'm going to commit my first crime. Now, the question plaguing your mind is, if I'm so anti-crime, if I'm such a fine, upstanding member of the community, then why am I so intent on committing a crime this evening? And the answer is, I think I'm owed one. Hell, I'm owed more than one. I've lost count of the number of times I've been stopped, searched, questioned, and arrested by the police for crimes I've had absolutely nothing to do with. I've lost count. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, for your delectation, here are Clay Staunton's top 5 brushes with the law. Number 5. I'm 12 years old, and I'm stopped on my bike, which I've just got for my birthday. Too new looking. Number 4. I'm 15 years old. A police car mounts the curb to stop me as I'm carrying my computer home from the repair shop. Apparently, if my mother's rich enough to buy me a computer, she's rich enough to own a car to carry the computer home for me. Number 3. Now that would have to be when the betting shop next to our laundry was robbed. I'm 16 years old. And I'm just minding my own business, carrying some washing for me and Mum. Now that time, I don't know what pissed me off more. The fact that I was stopped, or the fact that they thought I was stupid enough to rob the betting shop and just stroll past a few minutes later with the swag. Number 2. Can't remember how old I was. Maybe 17, 18, 19. What I do remember is the police coming round to my mum's house, to my mum's door. Now, one of the things I tried to do was never bring trouble to my mum's house. So, I get pulled out of my home for walking down my road behind a girl that happens to live 2 streets away from me. Number 1. It's about a week ago. I was at the station on my way to meet my friends to go to the cinema. And I didn't even see when the police came onto the platform.
Next thing I know, I'm thrown up against the wall. And all I can hear is this shouting. Don't move! Don't move a fucking muscle! I'm placing one arm behind your back. Do not try and resist me! All I can feel is this cold steel at the back of my neck. And I'm thinking, don't give him an excuse. Don't give him an excuse to take this to the next level. And the shouting just carries on. I'm placing you under arrest on suspicion of armed robbery of a jewelry store. You! Stop the trains from coming through and search the track for the weapon. Do you understand the charges that I've put before you? I try to move my head, to tell him that they made a mistake, and he just goes, "Don't look at me! Do not try and look at me! Let's get him off the platform, away from the civilians!"
And as they take me off the platform, they spin me round and push me up against the wall. And for the first time, I get to see the 6 faces of my captors, my accusers. I can see in their eyes my guilt. It's just then that I want to cry. But from the darkness, one of the officers seems to offer the light of kindness. "Everything all right there? Are the cuffs a bit too tight?" But saying that, you'll sort of like it rough, don't you? And they're frog marching me through the tube station. And I can see the expressions on people's faces. Fear, disgust, amusement. And amongst the crowd, I see this one familiar face. I don't really know him. He offered me a job interview a couple of days ago for a work placement. And I can see his "we'd love to have you come work with us" smile has been replaced with a look of repulsion. And Officer Shouty says, "Go and find out how the search for the weapon is coming along, and find out how long the wagon is going to be." Now, my stay calm mantra is coupled with a "don't throw up" one. A good while later, the errand boy officer comes back into the room, and he's looking like Casper's just bitch slapped him upside the head. And he asks Officer Shouty for a quiet word outside. Now, Officer Shouty's not interested in a quiet word, but he looks at him and sees that he's not looking good. So he steps outside. And the next thing I know is Officer Shouty tells one of his boys to undo my handcuffs. And with his best politician shit-eating smile proceeds to inform me that it's just come over on the radio that the suspect that they're looking for is a white gentleman. Not a white man, you know. A white gentleman. At this point, I don't know whether to fall on my knees and thank God or throw up in his face. I'm not trying to justify what I'm going to do this evening. There is no justification. But something died inside me recently. All I've ever wanted to do was be the best man that I could be. Now, I feel like scum. From this day onwards, someone needs to pay for every time I am made to feel like scum. I'm joining a most vicious